Is it? Am I recording? Oh, okay. Let me just make sure it's actually broadcasting. So, I don't have to repeat myself. Alright, I'm not getting rid of that stream either. Because it had cutscenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Can you hear me, though? Am I able to be heard? Okay, yeah, you can hear me. Alright, cool. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. I accidentally clicked the wrong game. That's why you heard me yell "FAW" at the end of that video, at the end of the live stream. I accidentally clicked off of Master Detective Archives and went into a completely new game. It dropped us back exactly where we were when the stream ended, so that's a plus. Now hopefully the share play won't glitch every, I don't know, like 30 freaking minutes or whatever, and we can actually
Seconds.
get share play done, because that was cutting into the actual audio. Josho's apparently getting high, I think. Either that or he's sick. If it's the first thing, yee. If it's the second thing, feel better. Anyway, we're
I
back on
hope I
this
feel
Master
better.
Detective Archives. We're gonna beat this horny man, demon, angel thing.
Horny
What?
man.
He is horny. He is horny. Look at him. He's very horny.
Oh my god, we're just gonna start. Disgusting. Alright, yeah, I was gonna use the ammo.
Once
I
you
had this
killed
one.
Dr. Westcott, you disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And murdered him inside.
Oh my gosh.
Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active.
Oh, it's not that one?
Is the sound getting? Is the sound getting in the way an issue?
I mean, it's not. No, not really. I mean, yeah, it's annoying to hear, but it's not really bothering my game. No. I'm still trying to figure out the
You disarmed the security system
right
to the
answer.
doctor's lab.
Okay, so it's not that one. Okay.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Westcott. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active.
Damn, I can't believe it's not that one. Okay. So it's not the one, two that I think. It's gotta be closer to the
You're
end.
the ones who killed Dr. Westcott. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until
I'm
you
just glad this isn't affecting the
for the critical
new
lab stayed
cutscene.
active.
Yeah.
Impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab.
Oh shit.
There couldn't be an intruder.
Okay, so it's not that one.
No.
Alright then. And that was... Oh no. Oh, so that's... Okay, so it's probably the shoe one for the last freaking...
security system to the doctor's lab.
Alright, I just gotta dodge all this crap.
Yeah, if you can get past this, I think it'll stop doing this glitch.
Until you actually enter the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
Got it. Yeah!
Cut through.
Alright.
Hopefully it doesn't glitch.
Yes.
When the
Here we
body
go.
was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab. But something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence? Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth? Don't make me laugh. Shit!
This has to be a freaking, like, glitch or something, or... Because there's no way it's literally every second a frame.
In fact, you proved that yourself.
That flame doesn't hold up. What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder.
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, can you pause real quick?
Yep.
I'm gonna do something. I think this will help.
You're not loading anything, are you?
Okay, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm trying to... There we go. Where are you? Accessibility. There you are. No, where's the volume? Okay. Okay.
Are you ready now?
No, pause. Pause again. I fucked up.
I've been pausing. I've been paused. So paused. You're the host anyway. Only you're doing something. Hey now.
Wait, is it gonna lower it every time? I hope that's not the case.
What's going?
Nope. Okay, I gotta lower it. I'm trying to stop it to where it won't shut the fuck up every time. Like, so it won't lower the game volume, so I know. Okay. Holy shiz, it did 3 notifications in less than a second. Yeah, if I turn screen reader off, I'll be screwed in the pooch. Okay. It's share play. All of it's share play. It's never done that. I'm gonna go to broadcast. No. Notifications, I mean. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll help.
Maybe that'll help.
Alright, there we go. I don't know. Maybe that'll help. It'll stop the sound, that's for damn sure. The TTS will still happen, but it won't be as loud. Alright, you ready?
I believe so.
Alright, let's do this. Sorry about that, guys. This is an annoyance. This only happens on the PS5 as well. If this was on the PS4, there would be no issue.
As I said before, technical difficulties. Alright. Let's see. The solution keys this time is the lab map. A floor plan of the lab. It was supposed to be a top secret file, but it was found hidden behind a houseplant. And then there's the airlock decontamination device. Man, I really had to
Yeah, I was about to say, you good there, for
slow
bro?
my speech there. Yeah. Airlock decontamination.
You good?
Airlock decontamination device. Airlock decontamination device. Airlock decontamination device. Okay.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. There, yes.
Holy crikey, holy crikey, holy crikey. Okay. This device exists to prevent leakage from the toxic gas chamber. The lid is barred but has a hinge to make it easy to open and close. Okay, and then the next one and the last one is the panel. You need to go, but you need to go pee. Go pee.
No, I just said leak.
Oh, sound like you need something. You need to be. Panel chamber decontamination device. Unlike the decontamination device in the air lock chamber, the cover of the one in the panel chamber cannot open or close. So, let's see.
By the way, I love how it didn't glitch the entire time we were reading through any of that, yet it kept on glitching through the fight. I think this is a problem with the game itself, and anybody who tries to share play it will go through this issue on this boss. I hope that's not the case, but I hope it's just a glitch that's fixed now, but
Fingers crossed. All right, here we go. We're just going to go with the lab map and see which kind of questions he's going to throw at me, or accusations.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out and battle him then. Let's go. Oh, let's go.
Was another intruder.
Oh,
Where did they go?
you did a different trick.
By the time you arrived at the scene,
Oh, shit.
there was no one else, right?
Hiya! Nope. Okay, it wasn't that one.
damn it.
I'm sure no one passed by you, so I don't think there is any contradiction here.
It's true.
Yeah, we didn't see anyone until we found the doctor's corpse. Does that mean the culprit was hiding somewhere? Where was there anywhere? Was there anywhere they could hide? Let's check back over the info and the solution keys one more time. There might be something you overlooked.
Corpse.
If there was another intruder, where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene,
Huh, huh,
there was no one else, right?
huh.
There's no place to hide in the critical room.
Oh crap! Chop it. Nope. Okay, it's not that one. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Come to think of it, we found a suspicious space during our investigation. It wasn't an escape route. But the intruder could have used it to hide. Is there any evidence to support that? Let's check. Alright, so maybe it's not the lab map. Airlock contamination device. I think it might be the airlock. Decontamination device! Or is that the panel chamber? I like the decontamination device. The airlock chamber, the cover of the one in the panel chamber cannot open. So it has to be the airlock decontamination device. Let's go with that one.
There was another intruder. Where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right? There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
That, it was that one. I knew it. Yeah.
There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device.
Decontamination
The
device.
vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside.
Decontamination
If we
device.
hid inside the
stop
decontamination
now.
device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
Egg.
So what? You've got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth you found.
The locks finally came off the door.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth!
Question is, was there an intruder? The doors are yes or no.
You pick.
You pick, Brad.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Wait, let me talk to this guy, see if he got anything to say. Better not say you don't know which to pick. Okay, thanks, Vivian.
Say,
The mystery's just getting started. No slip-ups here, Master. Alright. Yes.
Right here!
We're just now getting to the point? What a pain.
hey, don't sigh, this is a good thing!
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
There was an intruder for sure. We know someone bumped into Amapal.
The culprit probably hit Amapel on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, you would have caught the culprit then and there.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master!
It's not an excuse, but it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush or searched for them. if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
Master, wallowing in regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to keep going.
Right.
The hellish looking door. It's a portal. We're going to a portal.
Well, the glitch has stopped. That's good.
Really? Another fork in the path.
Oh, damn.
Seems like we're finally at the central question. This is the first step to solving how the culprit committed an impossible murder.
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
You can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
Alright.
Vivi is all types of special, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. How did the culprit enter the lab?
Oh yes, my name is Joshua. How did the culprit
Culprit, yeah, egg.
around me
All
to
right.
strength? Anyway, what's the question?
The options are. I just already read the question. How did the culprit enter the lab? Now the solutions are either invited in by the doctor, never entered in the first place, and the last one is deactivated security by cutting power.
Did the power get cut out?
I don't remember. Did it black out?
I don't remember. There was a blackout once.
They lost the screen. When they lost the screen. The screen went, static, and then.
I'm gonna go with the third one, the power.
No, wait a minute. Is it power? No, I can't remember. I don't think so.
I'm gonna go for the power.
Yeah. You can go for the power. Deactivated security by cutting power. Sounds like a good choice.
Right here.
Saving.
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab. That answer is pretty simple. Almost too simple.
Huh? A trap?
A game.
It's a trap.
You're wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
What? Why didn't
Whatever.
you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? You should have said so earlier.
I hate this guy.
People only grow by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
Master, we have to get out of here!
Whoa.
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
All right, I'll try.
Wait, what are we doing? Why is deactivate security by cutting power not correct? Let's see. The security log of the security lab. Whenever the security system is turned on or off, the data is automatically recorded. Records show the security system was disabled an hour ago. It has not been turned back on since. Yuma and company use Amapal to disable the security. But why is deactivate security by cutting power not correct? Because the security lab security system operates on a separate power system than what it is, so it has to be this one. Duh.
The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building. Well, I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next time.
So I take it that's not the right one, or what?
I would assume, since what we did was the wrong one, that it was the wrong one. It wasn't the one. The one.
It wasn't the one.
Yeah. Frickin' Emily.
Alright, you idiot. Tell me the
Yuma.
answer. I'll leave it to you to solve this one, Yuma. Really? Did you knew the answer? So now we either have never entered in the first place, invited in invited in by the doctors, or that last one. I'm gonna go with never entered in the first place.
Right here!
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide? If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
Yeah.
Huh? This route is wrong too?
Damn, it was invited
No
in.
need to worry, Yuma. I don't
I
mind it
figured
at
that
all
was gonna
if you can't find a
happen
way
anyway.
to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Don't let him influence you!
Be kind of hard to commit suicide when he got stabbed
That's
in the
right.
back.
The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back. One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
No way. Maybe.
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
You're tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Resting here
That sounds-
wouldn't help me at all.
That sounds sus.
Doesn't it? Did you like that guy? Your words, not mine. Alright, so the last one is invited in by the doctor, so... Wait, who could he have invited in? Who else knew about the doctor? Or was close to the doctor? I don't know. It's a huge mystery, we gotta solve it!
Right here!
The hell?
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside.
There we
If the
go.
culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Ah, so you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
Huh? What? This was the last route!
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels. Perhaps
What?
you're the real culprit,
Tch.
Yuma.
Really, Master?
Of course not! Focus! We need to get out of here!
Why is invited in by the doctor not correct?
Because it's the same reason why all the dinosaurs died out. You touch yourself at night.
Ew, you're disgusting. Alright, so one clue is the floor plan of the lab. It was supposed to be a top secret file, but it was found hidden behind a house plan. And then number 2, the secret log. The security log. Security log of the critical lab. Whenever the security system is turned on or off, the date is automatically recorded. Records show that the security system was disabled an hour ago. It has not been returned back on since. Yuma and the company used AmaPow to disable the security. So why is invited in by the doctor not correct? Because the security system was disabled an hour ago. It has not been turned back on since. I don't know what's the other one. I don't know. I want to go with the lab map.
That sounds legit.
You say we'll make
Nope.
it in time!
That wasn't it. Oh, that hurt. So it's the other one.
No, the true answer is the friend we made along the way.
That's
The log on
right.
the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
Maybe it was threatened.
What's going on? Were all 3 routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
Reggie. I don't know, Reggie. Yep.
Nope, not gonna do it. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna give in to the temptation.
Hey, there's another door!
Is it a jar?
Get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared.
Interesting. The mystery labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
But by
Interesting.
eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route.
They use spectral projection to enter and kill him?
Then, the culprit is...
I told you.
believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before.
Told you.
How dare you trick me!
Alright, I'm just gonna pause it and just let everybody know that I called it!
That sounds like too easy. That sounds way too easy.
But it sounds way too obvious.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. That's what makes it so spectacular, because
Come
it's
on,
so
Twilight.
obvious.
Give me this. Come on, give me the skinny. What's happening? There's something going on.
Something's gonna be a twist, I bet. Watch. I mean, because we're still not done fighting the boss.
Exactly. See, if this was the end of the freaking labyrinth, I would be like, oh, maybe. But this is the
There's gonna
beginning,
be a
dog.
twist. There's gonna be a twist. Here it comes. Watch.
There is no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged! Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and both kill this dude!
Hold on!
Damn, she's in a hurry. They're all still running together. She got me dragging him by the chain, making him hurry.
Another trap?
That's why I said to wait. There's no way Vivia's the culprit.
Then, prove it and beat this thing!
Oh, damn.
I won't be convinced until you do!
I understand her logic, but also she's still dumb.
Entered and killed via spectral projection is wrong because that's right. Because ghost form trait. You cannot touch anything from using spectral projection. So stupid.
That would be hilarious. Snow. Also, welcome back, Snow.
To begin with,
Snow!
nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife. So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor.
Welcome
Now, do you
back,
trust
Snow.
Livia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks,
Yeah.
how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
agree.
I do try to stay out of sight.
Dude, what's your
Anyway,
smoke?
Let's go back.
Yeah, what's your smoke regimen, Vivian? Because I want to try that out. Because I feel like you smoking on the I'ma be a lazy, what a drag Shikamaru kind of act.
You know you're on that indica. He has to be on that indica. There's no way he's doing a sativa, or maybe even a hybrid. If it was a indica hybrid, maybe, but damn. Yeah, he toasty all the time.
He is just like Mash.
Who laid
If
back?
he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path.
Wait.
Maybe something else changed.
But Shinigami, all these squares make a circle.
Right? It's geometry. It's geometrics.
It's bullshit. That's what it is.
It is geometry. Nine. Nine.
Nothing's changed.
There aren't any new doors. What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Right?
Come on.
That's what I'm saying, Vivi.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change?
For real though.
Yeah.
You better
For real.
cooperate. Unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up.
Yeah.
I dislike pain immensely.
Immensely.
But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing. Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it? No matter how cruel that truth may be.
Whoa.
Can I handle it?
You can't handle the
I'm
truth.
still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so hesitant. This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet.
They're
Well,
training.
that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice. When that happens, you have to prove your conviction and expose the truth, like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something. This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Carve my own path? That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes,
Now,
just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system. But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to... then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master.
whoa. I'm down, Shinigami. Bikini barrel time.
Yay!
Let's go. Bikini barrel time. You can tell by the music too. Shinigami puzzle. Who is capable of overcoming the security system? Oh, I'm about to design Fubuki's forte. Death
Are you
threat?
just gonna leave me here?
Okay, so that's one. The panel chamber was solved with his sheltered skank's power and a robot. The shelter. Wait, who was the shelter skank again?
Who's the
Fubuki?
what? Who's the shelter's what?
No, wait, it wasn't Fubuki, was it? The shelter skank. Well, who did she call the shelter skank?
Fubuki.
Yeah, but what FU doesn't work, so it's not Fubuki. No, you just look. I'm already running out of time anyway. Oh, so it starts with AM. Whose name that starts with an AM?
AM Amaterasu?
Amaterasu?
How many letters is it?
It's a few, so
If it's at least 9, then we got it could be Amaterasu.
alright, I'll have to look again.
Nothing's changed.
Don't start.
It's easy.
Oh, that's right, I can hold R1 to fast forward. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, try Amaterasu.
Well, it's showing 4, but it splits it up. So, okay, so I know AM is the first one.
That's right.
AM, and then there's 2, 4. Let me see if there's an ER.
Twirling, twirling,
I don't see an EMR or ER.
There is Amaterasu. Okay, yeah, it is an ER. Yeah.
KI. This one? Ama A dash. Ama Pa? Oh wait, Ama Pa.
That's right.
Oh, duh.
How?
It was so simple.
You know, sometimes the simplest solution is the key.
Yeah, it had that. Yeah. Nice pose. She was laying on her side like a model. Like sitting up, but like sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Doing one
A
of
new
them
route
poses.
appeared.
This is all thanks to me.
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd
Yet.
express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life.
Whoa.
I want to die someday.
He came out the
This
wound.
guy's hopeless.
He came out the
Anyway,
wound smoking
let's
that
explore
indica.
this new route.
He was born. Wait, is there anything here I can look around? Look around. He was born at a camp, a family camp. Mama and Papa were all hanging with the friends. Nothing else. Oh, wait. You really plan on going forward? Sigh. Oh. Is this it, girl?
Hmm?
Hopefully it's the correct route this time. Let's move it, master. Let's go. Ooh, this is looking creepy. It's like
When you
I'm
think
going
about
to
who
an
could get
attic.
past security, the only option we know of is Amapal.
True. And that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's
Whoa.
sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom.
Oh.
Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way. Huh?
Whoa.
Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yeah, all of a sudden, there's on all the walls. There's just a bunch of screens that show no replays of the doctor, the incident with the doctor.
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. It must be related to what the doctor just said.
Who are you?
So the
Was
question
directed
is,
to who?
who did the doctor say, who are you, to? Well, I'll leave it to you.
What if it was Yaka who killed the
At a time
doctor?
Like this,
Who?
What if it was Yaka who killed the doctor?
Yaku?
Yeah, you know, the Gojo dude, the one that the one that is the leader of this whole ragtag bunch of misfits and
Oh,
derelicts.
yeah. Wait, do we know what his forte was, or what his power was?
We don't. We know what it claimed to be. Apparently, he could defuse any situation.
Ah, that tracks.
Oh, apparently, according to Snow, Vivius is her new boyfriend. I just wanted to relay that because she said this.
Oh, okay.
And I said that tracks. He's a stoner vampire after all.
Stoner vampire. Who Are You was directed at who? The culprit, no one, or Amapao?
The culprit.
It has to be. It has to be the Amapao.
I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, Vivia is fangirl bait, so I'm not surprised.
It is fangirl bait. I'm gonna go with Amapao. Because the robot's the only thing that was in there already, you know.
So did we get the wrong answer about the culprit?
I don't know. Let's go with the culprit. Let's see.
Snow is saying no
So-
one though.
No one.
Yes.
No one. All right, we'll go with Snow's choice.
Yeah, we have to go with Snow's choice. Chat interaction is rewarded in this space.
Uh-oh. Is this it?
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one? Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right?
You're so
And that
smart,
was before
Snow.
I borrowed Amapel. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
I have a
Why would he say that if no one was there?
I have a
I
theory.
think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
Go ahead.
I have a theory. Okay? So the doctor, right? The doctor heard it was no one, right? But because he felt something brush up against him. And he felt like something was grabbing him, possibly. Because he's deaf.
He's deaf.
Yeah, he's deaf. So imagine if you come behind a deaf person when they're looking or focusing on something and you brush up against them. If something brushes up, it's the same with blind people in a different manner. But if you brush up against a deaf person and they don't know what the hell it is,
Yeah, they're gonna be startled. Yeah.
and he's an old man, so he might yell out help, like, "Oh my gosh, something's attacking me." What if that he accidentally died himself? What if it was an accidental death because he tripped over something and hit his head? Now
He gets stabbed 3 times in the back.
Wait, oh, he was stabbed 3 times. What if he accidentally fell on some knives?
Yeah,
Look.
he fell back against a robot that was holding the knife. He fell back against it 3 times.
He tried to get himself up, then fell. Look! Look!
Who are you?
Look, it was the robot all along. We all couldn't trust those damn robots.
It was Amapal. Those damn Amapals. I think if we go there, we will find the answer. Alright.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides,
doctor's
I am
motive.
curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.
Dear Lord. That's his catchphrase. He's like Shikamaru, except what a drag. He says, "I wish I was dead."
What a drag. So we gotta go through here, huh?
Also, Shikamaru totally
So,
smokes
Master,
that
you
good.
have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
You were saying?
I was saying that Shikamaru is a definitely contributor and enthusiast of the good.
Ah, yeah. The good.
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
Really?
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
He fell back on that knife 3 times. Uh-oh. Oh boy.
He's here too?
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way? Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Well, you said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
Oh, we got a 5-minute warning.
If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
We should pause.
Yep.
Yeah, because it sounds like big stuff's about to go down. So give us a second, guys. We're going to restart
Yeah.
the share play so it doesn't get interrupted. Because Lord knows that if it got interrupted and we end up dying, I'm going to have to, yeah.
Stay tuned for another battle, yeah!
Alright. And now we wait. If only we could stop pop-ups from coming out altogether, just like every pop-up just go away.
I mean,
What?
oh, that was funny.
What just happened?
No, I was making fun of it, and then it actually did it one last time.
I hate
I was like,
you,
and
sir.
then it went. All right, let's continue. He left out saying if he was trying to block our path, then this road must be important.
Nah, fine.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
Bring it, buddy!
Defeat the horny man!
This was all...
Alright, the solution keys this round. The doctor's notes. A notebook found on the doctor's desk. It has diagrams of a person's being splashed with a sulfuric acid. Then there's the photo. A photo of a young man and a woman. And then there's the doctor's email records. Email records of Dr. Hushka and Anonymous. There was regular communication between them until just recently. According to the records, Dr.
Okay, first of all,
Hushka
you don't need to talk like that. Secondly, you pick.
was planning to escape from the Kanai ward.
Pick.
999. I don't know. I don't know what the questions are. Let's see. I'll go with the doctor's
Part
email
of the
records.
doctor's
this time.
plan? He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act.
Oh, that's not that one.
Oh my gosh, it's going to do the glitch every time we fight this fool.
Maybe it's part of the game.
A millisecond a frame is whatever.
It might be part of the game.
Yeah,
he didn't
guys.
do this at all throughout the whole playthrough of this game until this boss.
Yeah, it's really annoying. So we're gonna continue. You might hear us dip in audio because of the. So just to give I'm gonna kill him. I really am. So,
music's got me pumped.
as I was saying, dickhead, you're gonna hear dipping in the audio from us, guys. It's going to be because the text-to-speech I have on. If I had an ability, if I had a way to turn text-to-speech off and not have to go back and, like, it wouldn't be a hassle, I would do it. But unfortunately, I honestly wouldn't know how to access the stream and do everything with the game and share play with text-to-speech on. I would love to be able to do it, but I can't. So it's going to be a dip in audio while we do this, and it does this every time during the boss. It's actually a real big game design flaw.
The nuisance, that's all.
So yeah, we're going to beat this boss, and then the share play will go back to, and it'll go back to normal.
Yeah, we're going to try.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's not doing it now. So we can actually say all this without any interruption. It's literally whenever this boss is on screen, it's
This
like...
was all part of
Doctor's email, doctor's notes.
Do 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 do.
the doctor's plan. He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act. There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood. You probably don't know this. Vesca put his soul into his work.
Oh, wait,
The
what?
research was going well.
Wait, oh.
Snow, I thought you could help us.
I messed that up. Yeah. I didn't mean to pick that one. Man! We don't know how the doctor's research was going, and refuting the statement won't help with finding the culprit anyway. This scrutiny seems important. The doctor had an exchange going with someone via email, huh? Yeah, these emails suggest he was planning to flee Kanai Ward. I mean, the doctor wasn't loyal.
This was all part of the doctor's plan? He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act.
Hey, by the way, the glitch stopped.
There was no reason to put on a show.
Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do
Doctor
that.
misunderstood.
You know, I literally opened my mouth.
You probably don't know this. Vesca put his soul into his work.
Oh,
The
crap.
research was going well. The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
This is the trap!
No, the doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward. He said so in the messages he wrote.
You little...
See, I think what we have to do when it starts doing that on this certain situation is we have to talk over it or something.
That's fair.
And
Because
then
our
I
audio
guess-
for the mic doesn't dip, it's just the gameplay.
Yeah, it's just the game that's messing up, not us. The technology. We love your technology.
Yomi's rebuttal? What was that? What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
It seems that this case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu, and whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had got something to do with that.
Oh no. Trap door? Trap floor. Oh.
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
Oh, damn.
Which means this is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
I'd insert my
This
solution
is
key.
way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
As always. Alright, here's the question. How did... Excuse me. Oh my god. Choking my own saliva. How did the doctor plan to escape Kanai Ward? Hold on, I'm gonna drink of water. Excuse me. Alright, the doors are terrorist bombing, blackout, or swapping places.
I'm gonna go with blackout. No, not blackout. Swapping places.
How did the doctor plan to escape Kanai Ward? And you said which one?
Swapping places. It's
Swapping
the
places?
least likely solution, but maybe it'll lead us to the right area.
Alright. Swapping places. Okay, so now we have to pick which solution key fits that. Suggestion. And we have the airlock decontamination device. Decontamination device! Stab wounds in the back. The doctor's notes or stored food.
This doesn't make any sense then, actually. The swapping places doesn't make sense.
Well, the stored food, it says there are canned food and bottles of water inside the lab. However, not much of either remains. So that means, that proves that he was
Yeah,
in there.
okay, that could be right then. That could be right.
And then there's the doctor's notes. A notebook found on the doctor's desk. It has, doing this would cause clothes and skin to melt, rendering the victim unrecognizable. What was the doctor trying to do? I skipped some of it, my bad. A notebook found on the doctor's desk. It has diagrams of a person being splashed with sulfuric acid. That was the beginning part. Doing this would cause the clothes and skin to melt. So yeah, that gas is deadly. And then there's the stab wounds in the back. That's Yusuke's back. One of them still has a knife stuck in it with no other injuries. This appears to be the cause of death. Okay. And then there's the airlock decontamination device.
The swapping places might actually work if it was the decontamination device, but even I'm not I'm not even sold on that one, dog.
Do you want to try the stored food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't think so.
Yeah. Oh,
This is
my
bad.
life.
This isn't the right solution key?
Calm down, Master. And check the contents of each solution key.
Only the doctor knew the details of the plan, so it should be in his notes.
The doctor's notes with the diagram then?
Yeah, let's try that one again. Doctor's notes. Yep. Well done. Well done, Brad. You did well, kid.
The door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
I'm not a phantom. What, Brad? You talking too much?
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, did it buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward? Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and grotesque! So
Wow.
who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived. The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, "Who are you?"
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system, and thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out?
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors, people from outside to pull it off.
I see.
Crazy, crazy.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab...
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now. Aw, so close!
You want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Oh, so bright. Whoa.
Where are we?
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Yep.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point!
They're doing one of those scenes where they're like paper puppets. You know what I'm talking about? Like an anime.
They're paper Muppets.
Or they're like little cut figures.
Oh, they're chibi.
Yeah, like still pictures of them from behind their backs. Shinigami's like on a stick. It looks like the stick's up her ass.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what the
Oh,
animation
you mean
is
puppets,
looking
like actual puppets. Okay.
Yeah, you know how like in a puppet, not like a puppet show, but like cutouts. They look like cutouts, and they're just moving them back and forth, like making it look like they're moving. It's like one of those animation type scenes.
So, is that your final answer?
Wow, that
He
just looks
hasn't said anything
inappropriate.
yet.
The culprit entered the
Master,
lab before
you need to narrow
Amapal.
down the timing for when the culprit got inside.
Hold on, I need to take a picture. Oh wait, can I take screenshots? Oh, that sucks.
But I can!
Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death.
You might not be able to...
Crossroads of mystery and solution. This
Not
earth-shattering
bad.
choice may be your last.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you may not be able to take it, but I can.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was taken.
Taking it. Oh, you should have done the one where she was doing the splits. Maybe you'll get a...
Which one will you choose?
Take it now?
Actually, yeah, go ahead and take a picture of that one. That was like a close-up of her splitting her legs, and the pole just way up there. And she's doing the devil thing, too. Or no, she's not doing the devil thing. Or is she? Yeah, she is doing the devil thing with her right hand. And she's pointing with her left hand,
Hold on, give me a
pointing with
second.
her other hand.
Give me a second. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong button. I did not mean to press that button. I meant to press this button. Oh, we got a silver trophy.
Nice. Uh-oh. It's going crazy. Alright, you can stop it now. It says screw you. Okay, there. Oh, damn, now it's doing the crap with the screen too.
There we go.
Okay. That sounds like it's normal now. Alright, let's continue. The culprit entered the lab before Amapal. Yes or no?
No. Yeah. Before? No.
Alright, we're going no. Uh-oh. That's the wrong answer.
When
Yes.
I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him. Which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
Your answer? Is correct! Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
Little by little, We're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
Fubuki's the culprit? What? Possibly?
Yeah. Whoa. Sorry, I just want to do something. Okay.
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Where was the culprit before the crime?
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
Okay. Let's see. Where was the culprit before the crime was committed? Well, here's the lab room. This is the gas chamber. This is... Mistake? Okay, so it's not that. We probably should go further because this time is high. Oh, so it hasn't been here, right? No?
At least one detective was always in the front chamber, yes? So the culprit couldn't have been there.
Right.
It's gotta be this room. No?
As long as the security was still live, no one could enter the doctor's room, don't you think?
Yes.
Oh. Wait.
What?
Gas spray one. Okay.
Here.
It's the only other spot left.
The culprit must have been here.
We did it.
Opened!
Yay!
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside. But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Let's go!
But I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
And from there, Yuma, you guided Amapal to the doctor's lab. So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible? Only Amapal could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapel unit.
No.
Place is
The
changing.
researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapel.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapel to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied. Another fork in the road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
For real. Damn! How did the culprit use Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
Wait, is he? No.
What?
Vivi never said anything about being able to project himself into, like, mechanics like a robot or anything, could he?
He never mentioned it, but I doubt it couldn't be Vivi. That'd be weird.
Yeah. I still think he's I don't know. I can't think of anybody else who, unless, you know, it's the main bad guy that we brought up earlier. Let's see. Wait a minute. How did the culprit use Amapal? As a weapon, as a shield, or neither? Which one? As a weapon, as a shield, or neither? What's it gonna be, Brad? What's it gonna be? How did the culprit use Amapal? If I had to take a stupid guess, I would say use Amapel as a shield. Because didn't they just say that the robot was the only way they can get to turn off the security? So what if the robot was able to get through the security with someone riding on it or being, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Or they use Amapel as a weapon.
Hold up. Give me a second. I'm checking something real quick. Okay, never mind. I thought chat was. I thought it crashed. I thought PlayStation the stream crashed. No, it did not. Continue.
I'm waiting for you to answer.
Oh, what was the question? I thought the stream crashed.
How did the culprit use Amapal?
Yeah, how did the culprit use Amapal? What are the solutions? Or what are the questions?
As a weapon, as a shield, or neither?
Neither.
Yeah. They use the Amapel as a shield or as a weapon? Or
It
neither?
wasn't right? Neither. I said neither.
You said neither? Okay. Let's see.
Do you think neither is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor. Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon. And the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock will destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
That was the wrong answer! Come on, Master!
Oh man.
Huh? We're...
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Huh?
Where was the culprit
Then
before the
question is
crime?
the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound.
This game is very
There's
meta.
no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again. We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapao. And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Well, help us,
Don't sit
idiot.
down.
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing then. We're back at where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at how did the culprit use Amapao? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapal was used?
Help him out more! More!
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right?
Let me just say that Shinigami right now is grabbing on the back of Vivia's head, and her chest is just shaking all crazy on the back of his head right now.
At that moment, only the culprit and Amapao were there. So
Okay,
maybe the
Shinigami.
culprit did something.
The culprit did something to Amapal?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them. Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
The footprints.
Something strange. Hey! Now that you mention it, back then...
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapal sees. It's like the cockpit of a mecha.
Whoa, what was that?
Did it break already? I thought it was state of the art.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized. There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapal. It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Anything else? It's not like Amapal's camera showed the culprit.
Wait, that's it!
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange? The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapal, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera? If the culprit went past Amapal to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
Now that you mention it...
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapal's camera?
Hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single answer?
Love.
I talk too much.
Whoa.
Oh, one mystery after another! What do you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
It's either love or the power of friendship, calling it.
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location. Amapal's usage. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just one answer?
Virus?
What?
Alright, well that's wrong. Where was the culprit before the crime? Inside Amapal, behind Amapal, on top of Amapal's head. How did the culprit use Amapal as a weapon, as a transportation? What caused Amapal's malfunction in the airlock? Dead battery, culprit jumped on it, culprit stuck it. Darn it. I didn't get a chance to answer that one. I think I actually might be stumped on that one.
So is my answer not correct?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it wasn't love and the power of friendship?
No. Well, I would have accepted it.
I understand. So, did you ever watch Beetleborgs when you were a kid?
Why did the culprit appear on camera? Camera failure. There was insight. Oh wait, no, they're on top of the head. Damn it! Yeah, I remember Beetleborg. Had the ugly ass Elvis-looking alien, vampire.
Oh my gosh, was that why it was called Elvis? Was he called Elvis in the actual show? I never watched Beetleborgs.
He looks like Elvis.
Well, the
He had
reason
the hair.
the reason I ask is because have you seen the anime Goblin Slayer?
Anime Goblin Slayer?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the Goblin Slayer. Yeah.
So
That's a great show, a great series.
the guy who plays
Using it as a method
Wait,
of
hold on.
transportation.
Alright.
Oh, okay, the guy who plays Goblin Slayer was in Beetleborgs. He's also Doom Guy.
Doom guy?
Yeah, Doom Guy from Doom. Yeah! I don't know how the hell they got a freaking live action actor to play Goblin Slayer, but you know what? I guess that's the voice acting game is that incestuous, I guess. Also, I think a new message popped up. I think somebody joined the chat. I don't know though. Let me see.
Has someone joined? I don't know. I'm not near my phone.
Oh, wait, what were you
Yeah,
right about,
Snow
Snow? Yeah, Snow's saying she's right about something. What was that?
was right from the start. I don't know how long ago that was. I remember they used to show the times
I wish they did show the time. I think it just
on
happened
the.
actually. I think
No,
yeah,
it's they stopped it for a while.
no. I mean, I think she just responded, so that's how long ago it was. It wasn't that far ago.
Oh, the culprit. Oh,
I said it was either Fubuki or I said it was Fubuki or Yako. That was my case. That was my choice. Don't tell me if
Yako.
I was right. But don't tell me if I was who it is. But was I right on either of those? This game
Just
makes
put
me.
a just put a thinking emoji.
Yeah. This game has made me feel a lot more stupid with my context clue skills. Either that, or there's so much in between us actually playing the game that it doesn't matter either way.
Could be the disruption of it. Instead of you concentrating on just what you think, you're having someone else's opinion. You're
Okay.
competing with two
Apparently the
minds.
culprit. Apparently she will not say. Oh,
I won't say I ruin everything. Oh, that's
all
only
right.
because
That's
she's
fair.
incredibly smart and she knows.
All
She
right.
knows. She
Let's
knows.
let's see if I was right.
All right, let's continue.
You still think it's Vivia, which I don't think so.
The door opened!
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what.
One truth
This is for the
prevails.
Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia doesn't want to fight him. That's why he's like that.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapal. What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapel and used it to get through. After we left Amapel in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device.
Let me just say that I did mention this earlier, didn't I? I said he rode on top to get through the gas and through
Yeah, you said that he was in his ethereal form and that he took over a robot, that he could have taken over a robot. I don't think he could have I don't think he did that.
but I still think he could have used the robot like to get through the chambers like that. At least he used the robot. Like, yeah, he did use the robot to get through it. I don't think I said he was right on top, but it sounds like I don't know.
It would be an impossible truth that one of his people that he's working with killed it, or he killed it himself. Imagine if he did kill it himself and Vivia became the main character at the very end. I'd lose my nipples. It'd be crazy. That's right, I
Yeah,
said I'd lose my nipples.
I know, right? He's a little blind kinky bastard. Yeah, are we ready to continue?
Yes, we're ready to continue on that note.
Then they jumped on Amapel's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable.
Yeah, because see, that would make sense. The robot got it to where it went through it got through the gas part to where it made it to where the gas, was clear of that room. And then that's when the culprit was from the vent, was hiding in the vent and jumped on the robot to get into the room. That's how it happened. I think. Or at least that's what it's
Amapal can
showing.
withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
The shoe print on Amapal's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it. It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
After that, the culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab. By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as they made their way through the lab.
You're right. If it's true, then it does solve all of the previous mysteries. Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
But
Wow.
Yuma, have you not realized it?
He's an
You're still
entertaining creature.
missing something. One major mystery remains.
It's him.
What's with that huge sigh?
The greatest mystery of the...
I just paused it because it was showing signs of glitching. Hopefully it's not
Is it buff? It's
should
buffering.
appear soon. Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
This case's greatest mystery?
Uh-oh.
This is the panel chamber.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond it. If we can get through here, we'll reach the goal, yeah?
When did the culprit get off Amapal?
Is this the greatest mystery you mentioned?
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved, so let's clear it out.
Beats me.
When would it have been possible for them to get into the room ahead of us? While opening the door? Or before opening the door? Or when going through the door?
Before opening the door?
Let's go with your theory. Before opening the door. Wasn't that one. I'm gonna pick when going through the door. Oh, I picked the wrong one too! So I guess there's only one left. Wow, opening the door.
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapal entered the room. Which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapal at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
Like this?
Wow. Boss fight.
We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes. If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
Yeah!
I'm also extremely edgy.
Much. Alright, let's see what the solution keys are. Fubuki's Forte. Fubuki's Forte can turn back time. It was used while recording Amapal. And then there's Ghost Form Traits. Ghost Form Traits, as heard from Vivia, there are several limitations. Amapal's design. Amapal is sturdy and has many features. The ends of its arms are ball-shaped for safety. While extending and extracting an arm, the controls for the camera and body do not function. Indeed.
Well, Josho, what do you think?
Thinking.
I think it's Fubuki's forte, to be perfectly honest. You know, turning back time.
Yeah, it says it was used while controlling Amapal. And then there's the ghost form traits as heard from Vivia. There are several limitations. We'll try Fubuki. Oh, well, you want to restart the share?
Share play will start leave in 5 minutes. So I'm going to restart the share play because, well, we don't want it glitching out. Damn it.
Most of the time. 5 minutes of battle. Up to these messages. Right back. Big bad Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs. That came around after the Power Rangers.
What?
Beetleborgs came after the Power Rangers came out.
Is the share play,
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, I'm in control.
Okay.
I was just waiting for the audio. For some reason, it didn't really do too much. So, oh, see, as soon as I say something,
You having problems there?
you hear it?
All right, cool.
Are you done?
I
you
don't-
done mocking us now?
To be fair, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't know if it was done or not, but now we know it is done. Thank goodness.
All right.
Culprit
Let's try
hopped on
Fubuki's
the
forte.
The door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it.
Every time.
If Amapal's line of sight changes
Right.
just a bit.
Wait. Oh damn.
Yomi, you are a demon because you caused the share play to glitch. That's how much of a dick you are.
I think, man, there's gotta be something evil with this character. I'm telling you, dude. The culprit should have been right next to Amapal, which means they could have shown up on camera. But was Amapal's camera even running at the time? Amapal had his arm extended. Amapal's functions would have been limited, and there should be evidence to prove it.
The culprit hopped on.
The hell? No.
I'm looking at the solution keys again.
Oh, wait, it's still on? No, it's not. Never
What?
mind. I was checking to see if my vape was still on.
Oh.
I have ADD, man. Squirrels happen. Squirrels, yeah.
Bro? Alright, I'm gonna go with Emma Pell's design.
How is the door opened?
Oh crap, crap!
Then
Ooh,
slip
okay.
through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit, the camera would have caught it.
Snow says
No one
Amapal's
would do
design is a
something
good
so
clue.
risky.
Oh shit!
The crime would have been exposed.